Turn around.
Okay, so take two. Sorry if you missed take one. It was pretty good. Anyway, so where were we? Nowhere. We were nowhere because you guys, we didn't tape it.
We weren't taping. That's okay.
The things that happen.
We're okay.
You know, sometimes.
Well, first of all, we wanted to really just kind of talk about how our week started. I think it was the middle of last week. We went to visit a friend who her father passed away.
Right, which we talked about in our last video. That's who we got together with at her house with her and Sandy and myself and another friend. And just had a girls' night of talking and laughing and crying and enjoying each other's company. And we were kind of talking, well, if you had seen the one we didn't tape, we were talking about how her dad is kind of trying to communicate with her through the chandelier.
Yeah.
And so it just kind of blinks when she asks that a question, like he's answering her. So we thought that was kind of cool. And so she's going to keep the chandelier, even though I think originally she had planned to replace it and get something different in there. But
and we were also talking about we're actually sitting in another location. We've tried different places, and we're just going to try different places. And our friend has offered up her basement.
That's me.
And offered up her basement, and so once she gets moved in, you'll see us in another location. But we think it's fun. We like the fact that you're not just seeing the same old boring background.
Right.
And we don't have boring backgrounds. We actually sat in a beautiful background.
We did on the last one.
Yeah, the last one.
Gorgeous.
So,
but don't you like this piece right here? I think this piece is really pretty. But this was in our very first original video. And boy, well, okay, honestly, I can't say that we've come a long way because we really haven't. But we are getting a little bit better.
Yeah.
You know, give us time. We'll have... I don't know. Maybe we'll add some music one of these days. Who knows what we'll do. Speaking of music, we got a special thing for you today. Sandy's daughter, Danielle, is going to come and play the bowls for us. And we're going to film it and let you guys watch it too. And see what you think. It does my heart good. I know that. And so I'm really looking forward to it because we didn't have it last week. And so... I kind of feel like I'm going through a withdrawal or something. You know, I mean, I know you can do it online.
Yeah, there's lots of videos out there for you to listen to the bowls. But there's something about being in person.
It is.
There is something about it. You really feel the vibrations. And so right now, our group of people that we get together with normally every Sunday, they're kind of a little hiatus, only because there's, kids are out of school, someone has a new job and trying to get ready for all that. So we have a lot of young mothers, and of course, we were a little selfish wanting to have it every week, but we understand. So we will start doing some special appearances by our soul sister, bowl sisters, they call it. And which Danielle is part of. And so we will treat you guys to that.
Or you're just going to have to learn how to play.
Yeah, I thought about that. I really did.
I mean, I don't know. I could play. I used to could play the piano, but
that would
I
be
suppose
fun.
if I practiced up a little. But like, what would you get from that? I don't know.
I don't know.
I love piano music, but
beautiful though.
But another thing about bowls that I love is when we all get together is that I think you feed off the energy of the other people. Well, sometimes that can be good. Most of the time it's good, but on occasion, when people are having a rough time, you could pick that up too, depending on how empathic you are. But we've done that. I think we even talked about it in another video. But
speaking of that, talking about my week, right?
Yes.
We're picking other people's vibes up. You had a really decent week and a fun week because we'll have to talk about that part about the pizza guy. But
now you are really intrigued.
Now you're interested. But I had at the beginning of the week, it just kind of started off real heavy with some friends and friends at work and friends and family. A lot of things going on, some health concerns. someone at work confided in me that was a little heavy. I wasn't expecting it. And so I took on that. I took her sorrow. I took her, her anxiety. I took it on, and I think I brought it home with me. And that's not good because I was a little grumpy with family, and I don't like that. I don't like that. So. One of the things I know I need to work on is when someone does come to me, because I am an empath. I am someone that does care about others and shows I want to show empathy. I'm compassionate, and I want to show the love. But sometimes you got to learn how to protect yourself. And I don't think I was protecting myself at the time.
Right.
And so I called you the next morning and I told you kind of, hey. Yeah, that situation kind of really put me in a slump, and I had trouble sleeping, and I think I figured out I need to really watch, when people do come to me with their concerns.
Just remember, it's not yours to take.
Yeah.
You can listen, you can empathize, you can have compassion, and even give advice if they ask for it. But at the end of that conversation, it is not yours to take with you. It took me like a long time as an empath, years, to work on being able to help and listen and not absorb and keep. And so I try to share that with Sandy as much as I can. And I think that you have gotten so much better.
Yeah.
I mean, than she was even a year ago with not taking on everybody's pain and sorrow and worries, and she really has, and I was telling her too, try waking up in the morning and setting an intention, like today is going to be smooth and joyful and blessed, and no matter what comes my way, I'm going to deal with it, and I'm not going to hold on to it, and I'm just going to have a great day. And I tried doing that this week, and everything just seemed to kind of flow like butter.
Like you said, like butter.
Like butter. I like butter.
I like that. So, and I really tried it yesterday. Before I went to work, I woke up, and I say how thankful I am every day. I have a gratitude book. I think I may have mentioned that before, but that gratitude book is important, but I think setting my intentions every day will help protect me as well. And I think it did. I mean, my presentation went really well, which I'll share with you.
I can't wait
well.
till she shares that, because
And I just feel like I felt like yesterday I was like on top of the world. And I took, before my presentation that I had to deliver, I took a little stroll, and I looked out into the clouds, and it just, I made myself relax, and I think that's so important, is to not, bring the stress onto yourself, because man, there's so many things that are already very stressful in our lives that we don't need to bring on others stress to us.
And if you guys are noticing, I mean, we're just talking about things that we're noticing, like just how things are getting so much heavier and more. You can feel it in the air that something is coming. I think with the upcoming elections, and just people kind of just not really knowing where this world is headed. It can be frightening, but try not to live your life in fear. Just, you kind of have to take it day by day, and just know that in the end, we're going to be okay. Somehow, some way, we're all going to be okay. So we'll probably talk more about that as the fall comes, because Sandy's got a whole bunch of stuff in her book that she wrote down with dates, and that we're just kind of curious to see when those dates come,
if they're gonna transpire. Because they're
so
we'll have to share those dates with you too. I have to thumb through my book here and kind of like pull them out again, but there's some things that may feel like they're scary, but like Diane said, fear not. Especially when you have good friends and family around you that support you and care about you, and and that intuition. Listen to those things that are telling you, and like, maybe I ought to prepare a little bit. Maybe I ought to. What can I do to prepare just a little bit more this week? And it was funny talking about being prepared. I had to deliver a safety video, or a safety presentation, I should say, not a video, to my colleagues and my supervisor this week at my corporate job. And my safety video was on power outage, and what would you do in case there was a power outage. And it's that same old thing. You kind of just always like dread those things, but it's always good. There's people who've given presentations on heat exhaustion, or backyard swimming, swimming safety things, all safety across the board.
Sorry, that's me.
But mine happened to be on power outage. And I was talking to Diane about it, and I went back and forth on a couple of subjects and things like that. And a couple of things that I had brought up to my colleagues was, how safe are you? How safe are you, and how prepared are you? Now, we're not what you call the people who get all, super prepared or anything like that. But, some of the things I told them were like, if you had a power outage for 3 days, would you be prepared? Would you have enough water for your family? Because you have to remember, water supply, transportation, communication, internet, that's all going to go down. So, that was some of the things I was talking about to my colleagues, and they were very receptive. And actually, I got lots of compliments on it, because they maybe weren't prepared. And
Which I don't know if any of you have been hearing anything about the 3 days of darkness that are coming, which is really, you're supposed to go internal, and there won't be any way to communicate, and so I kind of thought, wow, that is so cool how she did that and kind of fit that into her presentation without even really knowing it. You know what I mean? It kind of like it was meant to be, the way that she spoke about it, or how she told me. And if you lose all your power, all your way to communicate, for 3 days, what are you going to do? Right. You know what I mean? What do you have? Another way to cook? Do you have,
enough perishable food,
stuff to keep you occupied?
Right.
So, are you a meditator? Would you meditate in that time? Would you write? What would you do with your time?
Right.
What would you do with yours?
Well, and that is one of the things I said, no power, no problem. Because, being the people we are, we would be the types that would, find a way to communicate, number one. Right. We would probably get together and sit here and have a conversation. We know how to do that.
And I just strap it to his foot, and he'd probably fly over here. But no, I don't really. But we would find each other.
Right. But, I think it goes back to, kind of the old school thing, play board games, play card games.
Yeah.
But,
talk to each other.
Yes. Why not?
There's a new concept, right?
Yeah, exactly. But the other thing I said was, write down what you're grateful for, and that I said that to my colleagues. I said, at the very end, one of the things that we need to do as humans is know, all the things that we're grateful for, because I think it all just comes back 1,000%.
I do too. I do too.
So what Diane basically was saying, I was giving them the best advice by letting them know that you are what do I say? Maybe the fact that they're sorry about my husband talking kind of loud upstairs.
You know how that goes, right?
But giving them advice on just some common things that we don't think about sometimes, that we need to really think about, just in case that situations would happen.
We do. I thought it just was such the perfect time for, and something that she dreaded doing. She did not want to do it, believe me.
I didn't.
But something that she really didn't want to do, from the response that she got from it, it was like so many people were like interested and shaking their heads like yes, and thinking about, oh wow, I don't know what I would do, and now if something does happen, they'll probably go back to that conversation that they had with you and go, what did she say? She said, talk to your loved ones, play some board games, write in my gratitude book, have a little beans or something, mac or something on the side. I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, if nothing else,
it just
if you lose electricity, you can cook on your grill or on a campfire, or how fun would that be? Take the kids outside, make a little campfire, and show them how we used to do it when we'd go camping, and make I don't know, did you ever make those things with the tin foil, and then you put like a hamburger patty in there, and onions and potatoes and carrots, and then you like squish up all the foil and you put it on the campfire?
I didn't do it. You did that. That's cool.
Well, it was like a Girl Scout thing. Were you in Girl Scouts?
No, I wasn't. Okay. I wasn't in
It was a Girl Scout thing. I can't remember, like a hobo dinner or something is what they called it. But you just squish all that into the foil, and then you put it
over the campfire,
and then it cooks all your stuff together, and it was kind of fun.
Yeah.
You open it up and all your stuff's done and ready to eat, and not too bad actually. I think did you give them information on like how long, will your stuff last in the refrigerator or the freezer, or, don't be open. The less you open the doors, the better off, and the longer it will stay cool in there, obviously.
Yeah, I had all kinds of things that I presented
the other
to them.
thing I like, she said, was to check on your elderly neighbors, just because you're upset that yours is out, you might be younger and more prepared, and maybe they aren't, maybe they need something to eat, or maybe they're scared. I thought that was a really good idea.
Yeah, they liked that. I had a lot of like smiles and nods, and I was able to give them information that they may, without sounding too woo-woo, Diane mentioned the 3 days of darkness, and that I know probably some of you have heard, and like you said, Diane, there's a lot of things going on out there politically, and I try not to listen too much to the news. It's just kind of depressing, but I pray that we all do the right thing, and the right things will happen, and it will all turn out for the best. I mean, we may go through...
I think the plan's already in motion as to how this is going to go down, from a higher place. And so really, all you can really do is, we're Pisces, right? So, just get on your boat and float. Hey, that should be
I like that.
I like that. Just get on your boat and float.
Yeah.
What else can you do? You can't change it. Yeah. That's one of those things where it's like, the way you do your hair, or this or that, or you can change that kind of stuff, but this, you can't change it. It's what's going to happen is going to happen. And, as a collective, which, you know, there's so many of us that are going through this awakening stage and coming together and you know, sending out love, which we hope that you guys are totally feeling it from this channel, because that's kind of our mission. We're just like two down-home girls that are just, we want to be part of that, you know. I want to be a part of that, leading people into the next dimension. I don't know what you call it, the next life, the next phase. And so throughout the weeks and the months to come, we'll just, as we get deeper and deeper into it, we'll talk more and more about it. But by all means, if there's something that you guys have to say or want to talk about, or are going through, please, you know, just let us know. Drop us an email, put it in the comments. We're going to have a Facebook page too, which I haven't linked on there, but I will. And join our Facebook. You know, you can always put comments there too.
But we're gonna have fun doing this. I really do think. We look forward to this, and it's just a blessing. It really truly is that I have you, Di, and we even talked about that. Is we do have so much in common between Diane and I, and we know that there are more of us out there, and we're seeking you. So if you want to join, please do. It's
a really cool group of people. Really do somewhat. Oh well, we don't know. Maybe it's Danielle.
No,
maybe not.
We'll see.
But we'll see. Somebody is coming to join us.
Oh, I didn't know you were recording.
Oh
yeah.
That would be Marky Mark. Well, I don't know if
we heard him talking upstairs, so
we did. If you guys,
Mason's marrying his two little ones
oh, okay,
later.
Okay, thanks. More babies.
We're getting,
more people. Okay.
Would you like to get in on the video? Because you're more than welcome. One of these days we'll introduce you to Mark.
I have no britches on.
Maybe when he has some clothes on. I'm only seeing him from the waist up here, so I'm hoping from the waist down.
Everything.
Just say it.
I wonder why I was walking crippled.
Okay.
That's a joke.
You gotta love him. Really, you do. See, this is, yeah. We are not even gonna bloop that out. That's
no,
not
we're
even a
keeping
blooper. That is normal life.
This is my life, yeah.
I mean, how do your husbands do? You know what I mean? Like you're in the middle of something and there they are, you know? Oh, were you busy? No. No, we're just sitting here. We always sit in front of a bright light with a that's what we do. We don't even look at each other. We just talk to the phone. Oh my gosh. You gotta love them. If you don't laugh, what do you do, right?
How long have I been married to this man? I'm still surprised.
I know that he knew we were doing this.
He knew. I told him we were going to do this. And what does he do? Come downstairs, half dressed.
Yep.
With his oxygen tank. Oxygen on.
Just to tell us the grandkids were coming. So, yeah, okay.
I think it was just him being nosy.
I think he wanted to be on the show.
I think he did. We should have turned the camera.
I know, that would have been hilarious. Don't you worry, though. We will get him.
We're going to get him. We're going to get him back. I've seen some good TikToks, and you can scare the crap out of your husband.
Yeah.
I'm going to do it. And plus, he does love you, Di. I think he wants your attention.
I think so. I think that's what this was all about. This was like, hey, what are you guys doing? Oh.
Yeah, he's that little, like, you know, like a little brother who, like, wants to be in the,
in our business.
in our business.
In our business.
You know, like, you know, we're the teenage girls, and he's that little brother who wants to come in and bug us.
Yeah.
And, you know, like, fling rubber bands at us and stuff. Yeah, that's him.
Yeah, yeah. I'm sure some of you, or quite a few of you out there, have one of those, so you know
Yeah.
how it's like. So, back to the dragonfly.
Yes.
Well, uh, so should I tell them about my pizza thing?
Oh gosh, yes. We can't forget about that because then my week has gotten really good. So, but you told me a little story
It was so
Thursday.
crazy.
Yeah, when I was coming home from
There's
work.
this little pizza place. I mean, when I say out in the middle of nowhere, I mean like out in the middle of nowhere. And apparently this pizza place has been there for like 40 years. Okay? And I have lived here in this area, moved back 30 years ago from Phoenix. And in that 30 years, I never had a clue this place existed until March of this year. And so I'm like, I'm loading up friends, I'm loading up family, I'm loading, and see, like, we didn't all go together. So, like, sometimes I go with friends, sometimes I go with family, but every time I got to go. So I was there quite often more than everybody else because I was going with everybody. And anyway, she never did get to go.
No.
But this pizza is like, I can't even explain it. It is like the bomb diggity bomb. I mean, I have had a lot of pizza over my life, and this tops it all. But anyway, so me and the owner's son, we always banter back and forth and kid each other, and the amount of pizza that we ordered, he'd always throw us a free cheesy bread or something like that. And he knew me by name, and I'd come in, he'd like, hey Diane, how's it going? And
she draws people like that too. That's not uncommon. That he would just totally be drawn to you. That's not
what
uncommon.
can I say? I'm like honey bee
Sorry.
to a honey to a bee or something. I'm something. Anyway, so I had gone, I want to say last Sunday or the Sunday before, I can't remember. But I had gone there, and we got to talking, bantering back and forth. And I go, be careful, because I am a psychic medium, and I know things about you. And jokingly with him, I mean, I do have some of those abilities, but and he goes, oh, tell me something. And like, just out of nowhere in my mind, I was like, I think in the next couple weeks, you are going to come across a ton of money is coming your way. And he was like, oh, wow, yeah, I hope that's true, and I go, I don't know, I just feel it. That was on Sunday. On Monday, they made the announcement, which I was really upset with him, but he knows who he is. And made the announcement that after 40 years, 2 weeks from that point, they were going to close. Well, unbeknownst to me, there were thousands of people that knew about this place besides me.
I didn't know about it. Otherwise, I'd have been there.
And so, what do you think happened? Everybody wants to have a final pizza, right? I mean, like, everybody. And I mean, like, it just blew. You can't get through on the phone. You go there, it's like 20 people deep trying to get in line to order a pizza. And so anyway, I had found out about his restaurant through a friend of ours who's a realtor, and she had gone to pick up her pizzas, and she said, hey, he wanted me to let you know that he was so sorry that he did not tell you that Sunday that they were closing, and that he feels so bad about it. And I'm thinking, you have all these customers you've had for 30, 40 years, and you're worried
But he
about...
met you the first time in March.
Yeah.
Just past March.
Yeah. And so I thought that was so sweet that he wanted her to deliver that message to me, that he was so sorry that he did not tell me and get the opportunity, obviously, to, give me the opportunity to order a pizza, because you can't get through now. But anyway, long story short, there's a whole story behind him and what he had done with his life. He wrote a book, and several other things that are really good that are starting to happen to him. And I told Sandy, I go, I'm like, here all this time, I thought he was just lived in this little teeny town and was just the pizza guy. And, he's some big published author with, like there's so much more to him than just this little pizza guy, which made me kind of realize, like, how many times you come across somebody and you just think, oh yeah, that's just the lady that's working in the grocery store. Right. Bless her little heart. How do you really know what her story is?
Right. She could be something pretty special, which everyone is special. Yeah. But this guy is like he wrote a book. And what else did you just find out about him?
Well, I did find something else out about him, but we'll have to tell you about that later when it happens, because it's kind of
under the
carpet.
Okay.
But not under the carpet. It's kind of hasn't come out yet, so we'll tell you about that later.
Okay.
But yeah, it makes you think, like, so many times, your kindness to someone or the way that you treat people, you may think, and you should never treat people differently anyway, regardless of where they come from, what they look like, what they have for a job. But a lot of people do. Yeah. And, I kind of just want those people to know, be careful how you treat people, because you just never know whose path you're crossing and how that could change not only their life, but your life too.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, like, has anybody like ever like known somebody for a little while and just thought, really nice person and not too much excitement, and then found out something big about them?
Oh my gosh.
And went, holy guacamole.
Right. Just I mean, even like veterans, the things that they saw, over the years, and coming across someone like that and I mean, the things that they saw would blow your minds. I mean, just and everyday people that you cross that you're like, wow, they're special. We're all special. Yeah. And we all have a story.
Or even a grumpy person. Yeah. We've talked about this too. Maybe there's Grumpy McGrumpy and you're just like, why is this person so grumpy, But then if you actually got a chance to sit and talk with them, maybe their story is tragic and or their childhood, or they've been through something, and then you kind of go, oh wow, yeah, I get it. I'd probably be Grumpy McGrumpy too, but man, are we terrible about judging people?
Yeah,
we are. And I don't even want to say that I judged him, but my mind had a perception of what he was.
Oh, he's a pizza guy,
And that what what I mean? There was so much more to him than that.
Yeah.
And it's moments like that when I go, whoa, Diane, you know what I mean? Like, don't just take something for what it looks like, because it doesn't even have to be a person. It can be anything. Don't just take it for what it looks like, because it could be something so much bigger. Like all the little signs we get and stuff where we go, oh, well, that was cute. And then later we're like, holy guacamole, that's what it was trying to tell me.
That's what it was trying to say.
Yeah.
And maybe in our next video we'll talk about the whole, we didn't talk about it yet, but the one where we were concerned about the kids running out in the street. We gotta talk about that video maybe the next round, because I think that's important.
It is very important.
Those signs that you were just talking about, those signs that you got to take seriously.
Listen to your intuition. I mean, if you feel something really, like we won't go into the whole story, but I had called her and I'm like, I don't know, I just got this feeling, and I'm like, should I tell her? Should I not tell her? And I'm like, nothing. I didn't have like any like, oh, well, this gloom and doom's going to happen or anything. But then I'm like, if I don't tell her and something happens and then she finds out that I didn't tell her, she's going to probably never speak to me again, which I don't blame her.
But it was all the things that were lining up from the time that I woke up in the morning, the little signs that were happening to the things that she had that you had mentioned to me
Mm-hmm.
and that your cousin had mentioned. So it was like, okay, guys, how many things that we have to tell you that you better be careful. So we'll get into
Yeah.
that in the next video. But yeah, because
that was like, that went on for like 3 or 4 days.
Yeah.
And finally by the 4th day, we're like, okay.
there's a reason
They're
why
trying to
we're
tell
getting
us
some
something
signs,
here,
right?
and we put it all
Yeah.
together, and we're like, okay, this is what they want us to do.
So that
we
was
did
that was a teaser. So we'll get.
I know you want to know.
We will get into that discussion the next time.
Absolutely, absolutely. So,
All right.
what else did we have?
Well, that was this week.
That was
this week alone. So already so much happening, so many signs, so many, talking about empaths, talking about how we protect ourselves, and some of the things that we don't expect from a total stranger that you meet, and that
we could talk to you guys every single day, and at some point that is our plan.
Yeah.
To talk to you every single day, because every single day there is something that we're just like, did that just happen? Or am I crazy? But hang in there with us. We're gonna take a little break here and
get set up for bowls.
We will tape that. Make sure that you watch that, tune into that, because I think you're really gonna like it. Love it.
Yes.
And then we'll probably be back after that to have a little rundown of how we felt about it, how you guys felt about it. Maybe one of these times we should go live with one and let people listen to it, and then answer some questions, or ask Danielle some questions, or ask us some questions. Let us know if you think that'd be fun, or maybe we just don't have enough followers yet, because 2 people on a live no, just kidding. But anyway, like and subscribe so we can keep this channel going, and keep bringing you all this content that we've got, and we love you, and we will be back.
Yes. Bye.
Bye.